about 5,000 sensors around airplane, and 200,000 different parameters could be monitored here from this station. Of course, on a normal commercial airplane, there's no such installation, you know. For example, those tanks here, you see, trace, it's used for flight testing again to imitate payload. We cannot for test take passengers and cargo safety, but we have to measure performance with different loading of airplane. So we use water for that, just to simulate loading of airplane. And you see a lot of cables. There's about 350 kilometers of orange ones. You see? Everything what is orange is flight test. So those cables connect data collectors, gray boxes there, with sensors. And you see them everywhere on the plane. Yes. And during the flight, they monitor different parameters. They talk with pilots and cockpit, adjusting flight profile, but it's purely testing purpose. There's never any passenger or unaware person on board. The first flight of this particular airplane was in October 2005. So actually it's the second A380 which flown. And this airplane we used to test systems and different equipment on board. And the first airplane which flown 27th April of 2005, MSN-1, it was used for flight domain for aerodynamics testing.
Will this one be converted to passenger configuration?
For the time being we don't have such plans.
Okay.
We continue to test different equipment for new products such as A350.
Yeah. So the wiring thing, I know that there's been a problem with that about the length of the wiring, and you had to rewire it. Was it a big problem? Because
it's a unique airplane.
Everything's big. Yeah.
Just you know, 10 minutes ago, somebody asked me how much this airplane may cost. I said there's no value on it. It's you cannot put it in figures. You cannot buy it. It's very precious.
Yeah, yeah. Understand?
So
yeah.
this very airplane wiring. Well, come in.
So nothing still replaced the wires. They are of course the main.
Those wires are very specific. You see those boxes?
Yeah.
You'll never saw them in a commercial plane.
Yeah, of course.
Those boxes collect data during flight, during tests. So to connect sensors with boxes, we need wires, you know, electricity.
Yeah, logically, yeah.
But in a commercial plane, there's nothing like that. It's a very specific airplane. But let's move background. There's a good spotting point.
All the orange wires, is that correct?
Exactly, absolutely.
All these orange wires, they're all test. It's just equipment for the
And
flight.
test procedures don't use telemetry. Everything is here, or is it connected to
both. We have telemetry with ground.
Yeah.
And we have our engineering station, which you just saw, where flight test engineers could monitor different parameters of airplane and adjust profile.
Okay.
Let's move. Well, could be interesting for you a black box, which is orange actually, and orange because flight test equipment.
Of course. But they're orange like in commercial aircraft anyway.
But actually in commercial planes, black boxes are orange as well. So despite the fact that this one is a flight test airplane, you may admire the width on main deck. We are 20 inches wider here than 747. But we use the same abreast configuration in economy, 10 abreast, 3, 4, 3. So extra width, what it gives? Extra width for seats. Seats are wider and passengers feel themselves much more comfortable, and wider aisles, what helps with speed up turnaround time. Let me give you an example. Emirates, they fly with A380 to Heathrow, London. They stay in London 90 minutes only. In Emirates, the seating configuration is 489 seats, and they succeed to do full turnaround. Disembark passenger, refuel plan, replenish catering, embark new passengers and start to return to Dubai in 90 minutes only. So we say in average here in free class we have 150 passengers more than 747-400, However, turnaround on ground is as fast as smaller aircraft. So it's very efficient in operations.
Can I ask you, the new Air Austral order with the new high density configuration of more than 850
Exactly.
seats, how will that play out in real life, considering turnaround times and...
Well, probably it will be slightly longer. However, consider that when people hear single class, they immediately start to talk about low-cost arrangement or charter arrangement, very narrow seat pitch. However, in Air Austral it will be full comfort economy class with 840 seats. It's not very squeezed, and passengers will feel themselves comfortable. Of course, it's not luxury. It's not first like in Emirates or Singapore or Qantas or France or what airlines which order a plane. But still, ticket prices are different, more affordable, and comfort remains on board. It's a decent comfort.
The fuel efficiency is incredible.
Fuel efficiency.
With this
I'm glad you asked about Air Austral, because normally you guys, Martin, you say this airplane consumes less than 3 liters per one passenger.
That's in 3 classes.
But that's in 3 classes.
500 seats, roughly.
Exactly.
But with this...
But in Air Austral configuration, it will consume less than 2 liters than 100 kilometers for passenger.
Let me ask you finally, it's a philosophical question, is aviation ready to have 850 people in one airplane?
Definitely it is.
Yeah.
You may have, let me give you an example. You have 2 A340-600, like Etihad one, arriving at the same time, or you have one airplane of A380 size. It's the same for airport.
Yeah.
Number of passengers will be the same. So please follow me.
So basically in commercial A380s, how much seating is on the upper floor? How many seating?
It can go up to 330. But depends again on airline choice.
Okay.
Here on upper deck, what you'd like to know probably, the width. It's not for nothing that I asked you to remember the 747 upper deck. You may compare the width. Here is 5.1 meter wide. It's exactly the same as A340-600 of Etihad parked nearby. So in economy it will be 8 abreast, 2, 4, 2 seats. Okay. So with same external dimensions, or practically the same as 747, here we give more comfort for more people.
Even in economy, they were the widest economy seats in any long-range aircraft. So when we talk about Air Austral, they're flying very comfortable economy class, which is as comfortable as any other you will ever find.
Are you aware of any tests? My previous question about 850 people on a single aircraft was basically the psychology of people, the movements, what it will be like in actuality. Did anybody test that? Because it's the first time, so many people will be in
a safety situation.
Yeah, or
they have to
normal procedures and safety.
We don't see any issue with that. No. Let's take Japanese domestic operations. They have planes which are configured to 660 seats, and there's no problem. They fly like that since Disney, so that's fine.
Okay.
And with this aircraft, with the 800, it can carry more than the Air Austral quite considerably. And still they managed to get everyone out in how many? Very
78 seconds. We did certification tests with airworthiness inspectors, of course, according to airworthiness procedure. Darkness, half of emergency exit disabled, with 853 persons on board, helped by 20 cabin attendants. Airworthiness requirement is to evacuate plane in 90 seconds. We did it in 78 seconds.
Impressive. Yeah.
Because so we don't see any issue with high capacity.